Yo, what is up? Hello and welcome back as we start early on a Saturday here with the Demons taking on the Bandits. Hoping it's a good game, and I think we have the potential for one, but we shall see. Moving down the line here, you can see a lot of sweeps. That has been true in both leagues so far. But you can see a lot of favorites taking their game. Now, of course, KC a difference, getting their first win in 4 games versus Missouri, and Luxor have not played yet, but it's been pretty consistent. Now, to be fair as well, I think especially those top two, Incheon and Atlanta, pretty clear favorites, so not surprised there. Look at our standings, you can see Deadwood and Luxor tonight will try to join Honolulu at 3-1. Then Incheon Atlanta at 4-0, New Mexico at 0-4, the only team left without a win, and then Madison and Birmingham trying to climb to 2-2 and avoid falling down towards where Erie and KC sit. All right, now we move on to our stats. LP and Sierra will be your key players. Now, in case you didn't see it, I'm hoping we get to see some Sierra in this game because he looked good in a Prism game last night. Now, of course, he'll say he got outpaced, no boost, whatever. But at the same time, he was topping the leaderboard. So, safe to say, he was playing pretty well, I think, is kind of the main thing. But, yeah, we'll see. As we are just waiting on one team to get in, and then we should be able to get this one underway. Look at our averages. Birmingham will come out on top, which is interesting given the worst record. But hey, that is how that goes. As we are still, like I said, just waiting. Sorry, I was just pausing for a minute. All right. So looking through it again, like I said, averages are in favor of Birmingham. Now the shot percentage is in favor of the Demons. That means they are sinking more that they shoot, but they're getting less shots and less goals. So only means so much. But it could matter if they end up with more defense, and we do see them with a couple more saves per game. So maybe just a sign of play style there that they play a bit more defense, play a bit deeper back, so that when they get the chance to push forward, they end up scoring more often. But hey, especially with LP, that could be very different. Because I think Mythic, a player I think of more with that style. Of course, not calling him slow or anything, but just when you see it, feels like, I mean, we said it when the draft happened, doesn't feel like that carry player. It feels like someone who's going to make a team. So then that could result in a team that'll sit back more. Meanwhile, LP, someone that we have seen doing it all for their team. See, I didn't intentionally, and then I kind of backtracked and pointed it out, so now it could have or whatever, but that wasn't the intention, like I said. I just, after draft we said wasn't a carry. We saw him on Luxor, wasn't a carry. So he's not someone who is going to be the guy trying to push up, do everything, be fast, and he'll tell you that. So definitely makes sense that we see a change coming in with LP, of being more of that aggression, which might be good for this team long term. But we will see as we do have both teams in. We are just waiting on one person to leave, and then we should be good to get started. So hopefully that'll just be a second, and I will remind if there isn't. Okay. And we should be good to go now. So if I had to predict, I'm going to go with the Bandits, but I could be very, very wrong. It's one of those, you know. As we do have Bozy sitting out, and it looks like Cheeto not in. I don't think he's in the team call either. So definitely room. Now, We got a bit more changeability with Deadwood with that sub. There is LP. We'll get things started. They get a double 10 seconds in and sink it over Nessie. Left alone, he can't get the touch. And it goes right by. Feels bad for Birmingham. Feels great for Deadwood. I mean, like I said, I predicted Birmingham just because Sierra looked so good last night. And then you have Nessie and Arium, who have also played well on their rosters. But, I mean, at the same time, ooh, as that one feels bad. Okay, let's zoom in for a minute. As Mew's going to get a goal here, double commit. Arium just kind of pops it out. Miss on that touch, and then Nessie doesn't have the height. Maybe could have been more patient. Maybe could have tried to double jump. Either way, just a little bit ugly on the jump there. Not sure he could have reached it, but either way, now 2-0. This one's flicked in. Zero pops into the corner, tries to get it out, but it just goes the wrong way. Arium now half flipping. What I was trying to say is, as we've already seen in this game with one of the goals, LP has just been such an impact player for all of their teams. Started out with a couple weeks as this one's open again. They give me no time to talk because we are a minute in and it's already 3-0. Mew just drops it down to Lynx. There's no one anywhere near the net and it's open. Just a double commit that's nowhere close for Birmingham. And they're kind of just getting cooked. They're double committing, struggling to get to it, and just getting beat. Akira popped this one straight up. Basically, my point is, I think Birmingham should be a strong roster as... Okay. Well, never mind. Arium has a goal. This time it's Zero dropping it down, and then Arium just bangs it on target. Lynx, no boost, side flips. He knows he could have had it. That's a lot of save in the chat, but now 3-1. So, of course, still a pretty substantial lead for Deadwood, but Birmingham at least getting a bit of hope back, as I'm not going to talk because LP might just score. It's high. Lynx there. It's in. Instant redemption for Lynx, and it's 4-1. The drop down by LP and the slot off the post by Lynx. A little bit close as it goes straight out off the post, but it still makes its way in. Okay, quick summary. Birmingham good, LP very good. If Deadwood can play around LP, they might just roll it as we're seeing now, but we'll see how Birmingham do as LP, another one off the post. Point made, now we can focus in and not be interrupted anymore. Zero trying to get this one forward, it drops to LP, they'll get another touch away. Now Arium in the air, couldn't get a touch, it's another double commit for Birmingham. Now Lynx has time to move on, looking for the pass out, but it's blocked by Arium. Mew moving in next, plays it off the back wall, dropping down, but cleared by Zero. Arium on it next, look for the touch. It'll be LP to get it away, and another follow, force it near the net, although it does fall wide, and Zero can catch it away past one. Lynx moving in though, will keep the pressure on another double commit. This one only about half though. As Nessie will get the touch. And another one, although Mew puts it in. Another double commit. Zero will get the second touch after Arium save, but now Lynx even on the 50. Mew is there. Pop to Lynx. No shot. Mew still there. It's high. Where's LP? They will score. 5-1. And did I spy another double commit? No, in fact, it was 3. Birmingham, jumpy, panicky, cannot get any sort of coordination going. And they are down by 4 goals less than halfway into game 1. Now rolling out, Nessie up early, but Mew just blocks it out to the side. Arium off the back wall, big miss by Mew, but LP a good 50 on it. Nessie now under, popped up by LP. Arium off the back wall. Bouncing out once more, Mew trying to jump, beat out. Zero shot is high. Surely Arium scores. 5-2. They get it back. Now only down by 3. Still a ways to go, but again, a step better. They get pressure. They beat the Demons 1 by 1. And they just kind of roll it through. Now this one's popped out. LP's in the air. Zero pops it away. Mew now over to the side. Lynx trying to wait under it. Playoff corner looking for another. But it's 50'd away by Nessie. Nessie demoed off it. Arium now off the right side. Zero another one played in but cleared away. Zero played across. Looking for the shot down. LP gets it off the post. Nessie now, that could be a pull shot that gets awkward for him. Mew trying to keep it so, but Sierra now spins it around. He'll 50 it down. Arium 50s it forward, but it's off the post, and Nessie forced to retreat. Sierra now off his own corner trying to find space, but Mew won't give it to him. Nessie off the left side. LP the catch, the 50, but it's out to the side. Lynx tries to keep it in, but Birmingham get back to the midfield. Although they won't get further. Bouncing down again. Free clear. But once again, it's just sent right back in. 70 seconds to go. Still so much control for Deadwood. And Arium hunts a bump, but doesn't get it. LP still wins it forward. They do get beat to the follow, but it goes to Lynx. He'll pass it across. LP off back wall, but Mew nowhere to be seen. Eventually on it at the midfield, does beat one, but Arium will beat a couple back. Now LP trying to pass it across, but Arium thought about a challenge, although he won't get it. Zero off the left wall again. It's Nessie up early. He'll try to drop down. Zero now a big flick across. It's right to LP. LP gets a hat trick at 6-2. Wrong way. Bandits. Nessie's touches backwards. Zero's touches backwards. Nothing Arium can do. And LP a good turnaround shot for free. Extends the lead right back to 4, and that should be the nail in the coffin if they needed one more. This one off the crossbar, bouncing out into free space. Arium getting bumped, chance to recover, but can't do it. Mew in the air, 15 off crossbar, bouncing out to Lynx. Nessie wins the challenge. Nessie drops it down now. Arium down to the corner, LP waiting, Nessie double out, Arium only to the left wall. Now Sierra another 50 out, but Mew only fakes it. Nessie might score, but it's blocked away, and the clock strikes 0. So with a 4-goal advantage, Deadwood dominate game 1. They take the first game with confidence. We felt like Birmingham might have a chance, but especially in the early goings here, just absolutely no coordination. Did step up, did get a couple goals back, get a bit of a chance at it, but I mean, just that early game far too awkward, and then not perfect in the late going, like they would have needed to even have a chance. And so I think the main thing that you say for this Birmingham team, we need to see them figure out the comms. Because, I mean, it's not going to work if every time it's anywhere near your half, there's at least a double commit. If not multiple, if not, we had a triple commit in that game. So, I definitely think that's the main thing. As turning around from it, though, we do have Lynx stepping out and Bozy stepping in. Obviously, looking at it, I don't have that as a complete immediate downgrade. Bozy is good. Lynx also good, of course, but I don't know what their main roster is the point. So I don't know if this is sub to main. I don't know if this is main to sub. Either way, the question is, can they keep up their form, or is this a chance back into it for Birmingham? Different team, different dynamic. Can they find some confidence? As this one's one out here on the dribble, 50s it down into the corner. He'll chase it down, running low on boost, looking for a pass now, drops it down. Nessie's there, right up in the air. Arium waiting, does jump, but plenty beat, chooses to drop back down. Sierra now going up high, looking for another touch, gets a reset, but can't get the last. Nessie now over to the right side. Mew looking for it down to LP. LP off the back wall again. Okay, that's fair. I mean, especially switching after the win, that feels like that could be a main to sub thing, you know? So, I'm just saying, I don't really know, but question is it different enough to help Birmingham, or is it especially with that context, a stronger roster that Deadwood can just kind of strong arm their way to a win here. This one's one down to the side wall. Mew able to get another pop up in the air. Does give LP a chance to jump, although it's still one away by Nessie. Still, it's going backwards. Arium gets beat. Nessie's alone. He gets the save away, but Mew's up to follow it. Drops it down again. Nessie pops it up off the back wall, but LP's in the air again. But that shot brings far off target, and the threat will diminish. Birmingham, a little bit awkward, but better than we've seen in the past, as this one could go the other way, but LP, another big save. Both sides playing strong defense here so far in this game. A minute ago, it was 3-0 last game. Not sure what it was by this point, but in this second game, currently 0-0, so both sides locked in, both sides playing a good defense. Which side can break through? Chances on Boston. So, different team. They don't have Cheeto for this one. LP trying to win it down the sideline. It's popped out again. In the air for it. Nessie gets it towards net. It's off crossbar. Off right wall again. Dropping down. Bump comes through. Awkward Arium's shot is weak, and Mew will save. Nessie now off back wall. To be fair, even if they are quite different, they're both teams that start with a B and are blue. Like, their colors are, if you shifted Boston's colors brighter and like a little bit off to pink instead of red and lighter blue instead of darker blue, then you could definitely get these colors. So, like, they are very similar. I get it, but yeah, different roster. SCR tries to get this one away. Drops down to LP. They'll take it up the wall, but it's dunked away again. I don't think many people bet in general, Lynx. Oh, no, it was 1-4. Fair enough. LP trying to 50 it around. No, Gerds, I just think about that every time they play each other. I'm like, man, this kind of feels like the same team. I'm not able to get that touch. Could get scary. But big 50 there by Zero to get it away. This one dropping out again. They'll go around the corner. Zero trying to play it out. Dunked back across. Yeah, I mean, Lynx, you guys are still doubted for sure. I think the preseason expectations still shining through. That even if you guys were playing well, it would be, okay, surely they'll regress at some point. And then people just still sleeping on LP, as I was. Obviously, this game's still even, as this is a big win forward, though. Zero couldn't get that touch, looked to force it out, but couldn't do it. Now Mew gets a beat. Sierra racing back out of boost. It'll get played over. LP is there. LP from the ceiling. Shot forward. Saved by Arium. Now Birmingham try to break out. Mew racing in. Rolls it up the back wall. Two are there, but it's 50 by 1. Arium touch away. LP trying to take control. Turns around. Looks for a 50. Sent to the side. Now it'll roll out again. Rosie down into the corner. Trying to win it forward. This one dropping down. Arium cuts on it. I'll get back to the point I was on after this game, by the way. Arium trying to 50 it down. It'll roll around. LP pass in front. Bozy couldn't get power. That should be down. And it's game 2 overtime. 0-0. Neither team able to break through in the first 5, so we play extra. This one now, awkward in front of the Birmingham net. Mew, shot, goal! Bar down, 12 seconds in. The flying read just hits it straight on target, right over Arium. And Deadwood are on match point. You can see similar points for both teams, similar shots for both teams. I believe it is Deadwood out shooting, though, 8-5, so by 3. And they get the goal, they get the win for it. Now, of course, that pretty much just means the shot percentages are worse across the board because no one really got goals, but still, You get more shots, you're going to be more likely to score. And so I think that definitely transfers well, and obviously another good win. I think this one is closer, which is your hope. That is going to be your hope for the Bandits, that they were able to play that one closer, and so they can try to do the same here and now take a win. But Deadwood just staying alive, playing good defense, and then eventually taking their chance. As this game starts, game number 3, Birmingham will need a reverse sweep. But back to my point about the betting, really it just feels like LP, it first was Deadwood kind of getting underrated, that obviously they found a way to kind of work. And then it was now it's at this point just LP getting underrated. That people still carry that bias from the team before the trade and don't think about how LP is pretty much exactly what we thought the team was missing. And of course, have only seen 3, now about to be 4 weeks from them as well, so people still getting to know the player, but we've seen them have such a great impact. Working with this team well, so we'll see as they need one more game here to close this one out. Will they get it done? We see Birmingham begin to fight back. This one now popped out. Ariam there, shot left side, cleared off the crossbar by Mew. It is still in front of the net, but let's see. Zero in the air, trying to keep it in the corner. Bozy will try to force it away. Now a double commit, but it works out. It was one forward for a moment, now drop back away. Zero bouncing it in. LP the other way, down from the ceiling. Ariam over to the right side. Bozy now up again. Nessie off the back wall. On the outside, Mew will center it, drops it back. No one close enough. Nessie gonna win it forward. LP dunked up the left wall. It'll roll out again. Zero up for it, drops it down. No touch back, and Mew gets another clear. 1-1 forward. Bozy not able to get to it. Ariam trying to get forward. Mew off the right side. Zero gonna pop it up in the air. Nessie couldn't get to it. Bozy another win forward. Ariam on the back wall. That's a giveaway, but Nessie dives in to save it. Birmingham keep it scoreless. It was Nessie coming up huge with that touch. Lynx, I don't know if you're allowed to have that take, to be honest. This one's cleared forward again. It's going wide. Ariam plays it off the back wall, but it'll get touched away. Good response by Deadwood again. Is now Aaron trying to catch this one. Bozy on the flick away. Bozy up off the back wall. Now shot forward and in. LP top bins on the left side. And with half the game played, Deadwood score first. Look at the form, man. Perfect placement by LP, and there is zero chance for the defense on that one. Now on the outside. Bounce around. See, Smurfy. Now you get what it sounds like when you sell. Oh, never mind. Actually, no. Let's keep talking about that. Deadwood got a goal, but we don't have to talk about this one. Smurfy, this is what it sounds like when you celebrate beating New Mexico, you know? It's like, ooh, doesn't mean a whole lot to anything other than that specific game, but you know. As that was an own goal, but you know, we don't have to talk about it. As it is now 2-0. Nessie trying to play it over to the right side. Caught on it again, popped away. Sierra looked for a touch, but it's dunked away. You know, Smurfy, hold on, this one could be a goal, but Aaron will block it away. Smurfy's just lucky that he has played in the last 2 series, and so he's allowed to talk. Because if he was just sitting there, reclined, watching his team get sweeps, he couldn't really say much, because obviously he did draft them, but you know, not him. But now he's actually playing, so he's allowed to claim the wins. Anyway, 90 seconds to go here, of course. We do still need to focus in as Birmingham need 2 goals to stay alive. And of course, we need a third to win the game. Bozy trying to get this off the left side. Dunked in by Nessie. LP another shot. And here again, bumped off. Nessie gets a bit of a light touch. Bozy racing in again. It's still off target, but Nessie gets a touch away. Zero now trying to get it forward. Mew dunked away again. LP trying to pop it out. Mew there. Fake down low. Bozy now up around the right side. Nessie just straight down from the ceiling. Ariam trying to get it away. Forced back in by LP. Now flying high. Bozy shot off the crossbar. LP there. This time it's wide, but that's more time drained off the clock. Down to 35 seconds here. This one's rolled wide, now popped away again. Nessie down from the ceiling. LP gets it under him. Time getting lower and lower, and it looks more and more likely that Birmingham will not be pushing the series further because Deadwood just look a bit too good. Bozy dropping it down. Nessie over to the left side. Birmingham just zero threat, zero control, watching the game go in autopilot. And the Demons secure a 3-0 sweep. Birmingham did not look terrible outside of that first game. Outside of even just the first part of the first game. But Deadwood, just cleaner. Really, that's all you can say, all you need to say. LP not even top of the leaderboard in this game as Bozy steps up big for them. And they just make their way through. You're probably right, Smurfy. To be fair, though, Birmingham have lost their couch magic. You know what I mean? Like, do they even get their guaranteed top 4 slot? Because this Birmingham team, have always been, they'll be top 4. They were somehow in both of the first 2 seasons, but are they even? I mean, Inchin, Yak. Inchin, maybe Atlanta. We'll see when they play in a couple weeks, or if one of them loses before then, convincingly at least. But at this point, you say Inchin because they're expected to be number 1 and have played like it. I think Atlanta are the closest, the other undefeated team. A team like probably Luxor mainly could challenge them, but obviously we saw Inchin beat Luxor, so I think at this point you go with them. Either way, though, we are going to have an interview, and so we will be back in just one moment. And we are back with Deadwood, a 3-0 sweep. How does it feel to be 3-1 on this season?
After a tumultuous early season, I'm glad that we have a winning record that's above 500. I'm very proud of these boys. They came out and played very well.
Absolutely. It's been another week. How are we feeling with the new roster?
Honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. Some minor things we still have to work out to improve, but if we work out those things, I think we can rival some pretty tough rosters out there in the league.
And speaking of that, looks like next week you guys are going to take on Honolulu, who are another 3-1 team. So you feeling confident for that?
You could say I'm feeling a little confident. You know, the storyline is there. You know.
Yeah, no.
I'm ready. I'm ready for the storyline, whichever way it goes, because that's just fun and more attraction to the league.
Absolutely. So if you had to make a prediction, we're gonna force that.
You're gonna force me to make a prediction. Okay, all right. If I had to, I'd say they take us to Game 5, but we pull it out.
Fair enough.
If it's full roster versus full roster, which I'm hoping it will be, I think we could pull it out, but they'll definitely take us to Game 5 at minimum.
Fair enough. Well, obviously, series like this, not that much I can ask. So, congratulations on the win, and good luck next week.
Hey, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much for casting, and you have a wonderful evening.
I mean, you see that? That is confidence. Now, it's realistic confidence that you still see Link saying, oh, well, we'll see. You know, I think they probably take us to 5, but we still win. And that's good. So Deadwood feeling good, feeling confident, and they have every right to. Now up to 3-1 with now 2 wins in a row after they dropped to 1-1 2 weeks ago, and now 2-0 with their roster post-trade. So I think definitely a good win for the Demons. We'll see them next week in what Link's played out. Bit of a grudge match against Honolulu, but that's for next week. And that does it for the first game of tonight. But we got one more before we can get to next week, as in a couple hours at this point, we are going to have Luxor taking on Madison. Should be a good one. That one's at 9 p.m. Stream should be live at around 8:50 as always. But we will see you then. Your final score here, Deadwood 3, Birmingham 0. We'll see you later on.